Okay, we go live. All right, episode of the Yank Kiwi podcast, episode 41. And still your hosts, Brett, the handsome and charismatic one.
And on the NT, I just show up every week. Well, when I can.
Except for the month where he was off due to work, but, not holding that against him.
Yeah.
All right.
Those things happen.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I don't know if the viewers know this. New Zealand has this thing where when it's winter up here, it's summer down there, correct?
That's correct.
So, Dinte, if you had to describe the weather right now, what's it like?
It's pretty warm, but it's quite overcast today. There's no breeze, however, so it's very humid.
Well, okay, say, no precipitation, possibly?
No, No, the clouds are starting to break up now, though, but that's about it.
Okay, well, up in Washington, since about, I want to say, Thursday or Friday, we've been having a snowstorm.
Oh, wow.
Now, I'm lucky because today and tomorrow, I don't have to work, but I had to call out, I think it was Friday. Yeah, I called out on Friday because the snow, and I went over the weekend.
Yep.
Yeah, and by the way, I'm gonna be sending the link to this hangout over to Dylan because he's down in Oregon, and I gotta know if he's been hit with this too. That's for a bit. All right. Send it to him over Discord right now, but yeah, dude, I'm just pulling it up right now. Forecast. Past Washington State. Because like I said, supposedly this snowstorm is supposed to be going for let's see, it looks like we got we got snow today, but tomorrow it looks like rain, followed by more rain, more rain. Although I could have sworn that the snow was gonna last well into this week.
How thick is it at the moment?
Let me see how many inches. Current snow inch. This is gonna be in inches, all right?
Yeah.
So let's see. No. Crap! I needed it specifically to me. All right, come on. All right, let me check. Okay, I'm gonna check WSDL. Let's see what we got. There's probably more there. Oh wait, actually, according to, then I'm gonna be linking this to you, dude. You gotta see this.
All right.
It's from the U.S. Department of Transportation site. It's got a longer outlook because it looks like the snow's gonna be going well into Thursday. Okay, rest of today. Accumulation 1 to 2 inches. That's for today. Looking outside my window, well, let me put it this way: there's not enough snow on the ground to come up to my window, so that's at least something.
Yeah.
But it's enough to make driving a problem.
You got some on Sunday as well, it says.
That was yet Sunday. Oh, crap, I didn't look at that. You're right. Snow level near 500 feet? No way. Hopefully, looks like Saturdays. At least on Saturday we got mostly cloudy with a chance of rain. Hopefully it's warm enough that it might knock out a huge chunk of the snow.
Yeah, that would be good.
What did I do?
Hey, Dylan!
I don't know.
What did I do?
Nothing, Dylan. I just need you in for something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Dylan, have you been keeping up with the weather up in my neck of the woods?
Not really. I've been busy with my own shit.
Okay, well, Dylan, in case you didn't know, Washington's been hit with a fucking snowstorm. How's Oregon been faring?
I mean, it's been cold, but there's a little bit of frost.
Dude, I gotta have like I gotta have at least 5 inches of snow on the ground right now. We're supposed to get like 1 to 2 today.
Yeah, there's a little bit of like frost on the trees outside my window, but no, it's been more rainy than anything.
How do I get all the snow and you don't?
'Cause mountains.
I have Mount Ray. I have the Cascades.
Yes, and your mountains are rude while ours aren't.
Are we gonna? Okay, is this episode gonna turn into 10 reasons why Oregon is better than Washington?
I mean, I could start attempting that list, but no, it's not.
Well, honestly, if anyone's going to be talking about where he's living is better, Dinte is going to be, because it's summer right now in New Zealand.
And it is. Oh, it's the last month of summer anyway.
And you don't have to worry about bad weather where you live, man.
No, the most we get is just rain, really.
I think we're saying.
Okay,
I think
oddly enough,
what were you gonna say?
I said oddly enough, the wind just started picking up.
I think Sam told me like where he used to live. Like there was one year he had the whole street got flooded.
Yeah, I remember him saying that, and yeah, because in Wanganui there are quite a few floods.
Man. You're gonna tell me my mountains are rude, Dylan?
They are very rude because they've caused all that snow, and they brought none of it to here.
You want snow?
I love snow. My dog loves snow. Pepper, you wanted to snow? She wants to snow.
Oh. I'm ticked. I'm just ticked right now because, like, right now the snow's coming down so bad. I don't think I can leave my house.
Oh, you're fine. Go sledding.
I don't have a sled.
Buy one. Snowing. They're cheap. They're supply and demand.
What am I supposed to use for a sled?
Get a metal garbage can lid.
Don't have one. Closest I got is a circular baking sheet.
That's not big enough.
Yeah, it's not big enough. Plus, I don't have a plywood board. I don't know. Like I said, I'm just not even that. I don't even have proper winter attire. I don't have I don't even have I got a pair of boots, but they're coming apart at the heel.
Well, they're not good.
So yeah, I'm effectively trapped in my house. And you know what? Maybe there's something we can do to somehow trade our weather, Dylan.
Not sure it works that way.
What should? Dylan wants all the snow.
All right, here's how it works. You either drive or you drive down here with someone who will drive your car back. I get in your car and you stay here until the snow is gone. And I stay in your house until the snow is gone.
So basically, I drive my van down to Oregon. You take it back to Washington.
No, I can't drive. You need someone to be with you who can also drive.
Frick.
I mean, unless you just want to hang out with me for however long, then yeah.
Well, it wouldn't be. To be honest, that wouldn't really be bad. But it's just it's just dude. The only thing I'm wondering is Is the snow gonna let up by Wednesday when I have to go back to work?
Oh, I hope so.
I hope so too. And because the problem with Washington drivers, they don't know how to drive in snow.
Matt's in the chat. He wants to know if you have cabin fever.
Do I have? I don't think so. I don't think I do. But yeah, it's just like, ugh. I might be going. Although if I get stuck in here long enough, I might go stir crazy.
As long as you don't go all Jack Tolerance on us, it will be fine.
I guess I did nearly go stir crazy when I was driving up to Spokane to pick up my brother. I mean, I was stuck in my van for like almost 5 hours by myself. Like,
Hey.
and about the only thing I had to keep me going through that whole ordeal was listening to the Dick Show while I was driving. That's terrible. I think I remember the episode I was listening to at the time, and it was the one where he had Brittany Venti on, and she was talking about her ex-boyfriend, which I shit you not, this was his name. Not his actual name, but you get the idea. He was called 4Chad.
4Chad.
You get it?
Yes.
Right.
Like he's a Chad Shanner. But according to her, dude is insecure as fuck. Because he was upset about the fact that he was really skinny and he wanted to get into shape. And so she said, "You got to eat more calories. You're eating about as much as I am. You need to eat more." And so what does he do? He gets it. He in a fit starts cooking eggs. I think scrambled eggs or something. And then right when he's done, he just gets her down and he's just a little like, "There's enough for you?" So he just starts shoveling them into his mouth. Just like dude loses his shit because she told him to eat more calories.
Wow.
I laughed my ass off listening to that.
Sounds like it was pretty funny.
Yeah. Actually, while I've still got you, both of you guys, Dean said, I don't know if you know this, but Dylan, you remember Brian from the Rags team, right?
Yes.
All right. Well, he dropped this on Twitter just recently. I'm gonna post this in the chat. By the way, give me a sec. Let me pull it up.
All right.
I'm gonna post this in the chat in the Hangout, and then I'll post it later in the YouTube chat. Let me see if I can grab it. Blah 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 blah. Where did I put? I know you're down here. There it is. I found it.
Alrighty. What are we looking at?
I'm pulling it up right now.
Cool.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Yes, I do. Answer your question, Clay. Yes, I do.
This adorable team up.
Something like that. He kind of surprised me because like he also dropped it to me down in over in Discord or earlier while I was playing Fallout.
Yep.
Actually, that was just like and I'm just gonna say that was just like freaking awesome of the dude.
Yeah.
Did you get it too, Dylan?
What? Sorry, I brain farted.
I dropped it in the chat. I'll send it to you over Discord. Give me a sec.
No, hold on. I got this.
You got it? All
I
right.
got this. Oh. Oh wait, in the Discord. Oh, I'm a stupid.
What's that? I can send you the link over Discord.
Is it the fan art
Otherwise, I
gallery?
dropped it in the Google chat.
No. Where'd you put it?
I'll drop it to you in the Discord.
Okay. Oh shit, that's cool.
Yeah.
It is.
She looks so upset that she's been headlocked.
I think it's very wholesome.
It is. But
Mm.
she does look upset that she's been headlocked.
She does a bit.
Regina does it with love, okay?
I know.
Yeah, cool. All right, so yeah, but yeah, enough bullshitting around. Because up until this point, like it's gonna be what the topic of the episode this week was gonna be, which concerns the Vic Mignogna controversy and what Deante and I have as far as hot takes go. Dylan, if you want to stick around for that, you're welcome to. Otherwise, you can jump. Like I only kind of brought you in for the weather part of it.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Like I said, it's all to you. I mean, like, because I'm not sure like how much you know about it.
Okay.
Dylan.
I do have to leave. Sorry.
Oh, it's all right. Okay. Thanks for at least popping by popping by for Dylan.
Bye.
See you later, man.
All right, so. Okay, so as far as like the Vic Mignogna controversy goes, what I do know is that apparently it's come out that Vic possibly might have been inappropriate with some female congoers and fans that may or may not have been underage.
Yeah,
now, the caveat to all this is that while there's a lot of these popping up, there's no proof. Although, what's also coming out that seems a little damning about it is that you've had people like Monica Rial and Jamie Markey chime in and say, we knew about this for 15 years, which, in my opinion, looks almost as bad, if not a little worse.
But here's the thing with Monica, though. Said that she was in support of, she was going to back up these people who are making these claims, and she didn't make a claim herself. Then the fans, were saying, there's no proof, there's no evidence of this, Monica, you should be standing by Vic. And then after that, she came out and said that he did it to her. So that seems a little shady to me. If it did happen, she brought it up at a completely wrong time to do it, because it's really hard to believe it happened to her.
Yeah, I know. And now I will say, like, if people are looking for some good news, at least where Vic is concerned, it's that I found out that he plans to lawyer up and sue people for damages.
Yeah, he should do that. He is, that's definitely a good move to do.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's the thing that does kind of at least convince me a little bit that he might be innocent. Because like I said, like there's no evidence to suggest that he's actually done this. However, there's the old saying, where there's smoke, there's fire. Because there's a few too many of these popping up.
Yeah, but a lot of these have been proven to be fake. I even showed you that link where people have actually been photoshopping and trying to make as many fake claims as they can. And there was a group that actually publicly discussed this on Twitter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, actually,
and that's how they got caught. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You should show it to me right now.
Oh,
yeah, I need to see that. But yeah. I don't know. It's just because the thing about it is like looking at it from the big picture, like just the optics of everything. Just the optics of everything, though, man. It's like when I was. Is that it kind of looked like it was sort of fast turning into a heel program, in my opinion. Like, Vic doesn't look good for the evidence that has been presented. And the VAs don't look good for how they've been behaving.
No, and definitely Funimation and Rooster Teeth laying him off like that. That was a real bitch move on their part. I mean,
well, in Rooster Teeth's case, it's like I can understand it was more of a business move on their part, which I don't agree with it, but I at least get why they did it.
From what I heard, he was still contracted on for a couple more seasons yet of what's that fuck? Oh my, Ruby. It's Ruby he does, isn't it? Yeah. So, I mean, there was another one, and I forget the girl's name, but she came out and said, like, that's not the picture that Vic took with me. It showed her, him kissing her cheek, right? And then she showed the real one, and he just stood there next to her with his arm around her, and she had his arm around him, and they were smiling at the camera. But someone had photoshopped this thing of him kissing her cheek, and then she actually came and said, no, that's not what happened. Vic never did anything to me. Please don't falsify these photos and bring me into this smear campaign. So it's hard to know which photos are actually fake and which are not at the moment. So, you know,
I know. Yeah, I know. Like, and especially, I meant to look up this like before the podcast, but there was an Anime Outsider said they were going to be said that they had come into some information about that what was it? Anime Outsider said they'd come into some information about a particular VA who seems to be standing to gain a lot from this. Because
also the timing of it.
Like, well, what's the timing? I mean, like, there's nothing. I don't see anything bad that's happening right now, and at least in Funimation's part, they had like the Super Broly movie, which everyone seems to be loving.
Yeah, but that's what I mean by the timing. This movie came out, it's a big hit, and then all of a sudden, Vic gets hit with this, and he was the voice of Broly.
Mets is in the chat saying it's Monica.
Yeah, that probably. Super Bowl Broly is in the link.
I don't fucking. Okay, what? Now here's what I don't get.
Okay.
Why does? I'm trying to put that together. I'm trying to put those two things together in my head. It's like, okay, so Monica is the one who stands to gain the most from this.
Possibly.
Here's the thing. Okay, here's the thing. Something my friend Matt told me. Do you know that Vic is apparently worth $4 million?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, here's the question. Do you think he got most of that money through voice acting?
No.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you and I both know voice acting kind of pays terribly. It does not pay well. Unless you're like super, super well known. Now, here's the thing. Vic apparently was apparently able to make some money because he's been writing commercial jingles. Which is where Matt tells me that that's where the lion's share of his money was coming from.
All right. Yeah.
Well, at least his worth was coming from.
Yeah.
So not only that, Vic is someone who's got a lot. So Vic is someone, at least in that little community, who's got money and influence. Metz is also saying she wanted some of his behind-the-scenes job, like ADR and production roles. This is starting to sound like she was getting constantly passed over.
It could be. That's something. Let me. You keep talking. I'm actually going to stop. Said and done, and just no idea here. Anyway, he's done these jingles.
It's like if Monica wants some. That's the thing. Like if Monica wants some of his.
Okay.
It's not commercials he would have been in. It's commercials he would have worked on, Mets. But yeah, here's the thing. Okay, if she wants some of Vic's roles like ADR and production, was this saying like she was getting passed over for this or anything? Is she trying to imply that Vic was keeping her down?
I did a quick Google search, and some of the first few things that came up is Monica Voice of Boomer lies on Vic Mignogna to get his jobs. So there could actually be something to this. Let me
I don't know. I don't know, but just like when I started thinking about the whole like we knew this for 15 years, I was immediately reminded of Harvey Weinstein. Because you remember like how apparently the shit that Harvey Weinstein was getting up to, like apparently everyone in his immediate circle, they knew about that for years, like including like everyone in his immediate circle, and apparently because everyone in Hollywood is 1 to 2 degrees removed from each other, like that even included Ron Perlman. Because remember, he pissed on his hands before he would shake Harvey's hand. Like, here's the thing. If you guys knew about this for 15 years, why keep quiet?
Yeah, and like I said, if this happened to Monica, and let's just say for the sake of argument it did, why didn't she speak up when everyone else did? Why was it she was siding with them? Then when the backlash happened, she goes, "Oh well, yeah, it happened to me too, so it's all true." I mean, that makes your story sound shady, and if it happened to her, it sucks. But I don't believe it. I don't believe this actually happened to her. I've got to say.
All I'm going to say is that. Yeah, all I'm going to say is if they kept quiet, if half of what Vic has done is even true, and they kept quiet about it, I got news. They are culpable in it as well for being quiet. I don't care how much. I don't care how much money and influence Vic may or may not have had. Their silence makes them accessories to it. Same as it did with Harvey Weinstein. If you knew about it, and if you know about shit like this and you say nothing, you are an accessory to it.
Yep.
Your silence makes you just as guilty. Now, that's my take on that part. Now, because the waters have gotten so muddied, and like I said, just looking at the big picture, just looking at the optics of everything, and like how, in my opinion, this whole thing just looks like a heel program from the outside out. All I can say is this is something I'm gonna abstain from having a definite opinion on one way or the other until it's decided in court.
That's probably the fairest way to do it. But
yeah.
I mean, everyone says they've seen this evidence and they got this proof. I have not seen it. I've not seen this substantial 100%, nail it in. This is what he's done. and we've got him. There's none of that. There's nothing. There's all the speculation and, well, I heard that this happened from this person who knew this other person. You know, the whole fucking how the urban fucking legends start and shit.
It's a lot. Like I said, a lot of what we have been getting is rumors that haven't been proven. And like I talked about this with Sam, and it's like what he said is like, like now I just want to make one thing clear. Sam never once said he believed any of it.
Yep.
Just that where there's smoke, there's fire, which means that what he's getting at is it might not be true, but there's a little too many for it to just be dismissed. So, like I said, it's just that's why I'm saying, like, because we have all these have all these rumors and claims coming out of the woodwork, and nothing definite can be proven, and it looks like nothing definite can be proven one way or the other. It's just something that we're going to have to see settled in court. And look at, I hope Vic is innocent. I sincerely do. Oh, for the record.
Yeah. So I was just seeing what Matt said there. And but like I said, the flip side to this is now you have these people who took the photos originally saying, no, that's not what happened. This photo has been changed. And we have the Twitter group, which I sent you, publicly saying we're going to falsify these records and do as much damage as we can.
Did you send it in the Google chat?
No, I sent it to you on Facebook.
On Facebook, I'm not seeing it. Did you message it to me?
Hold on. Yes, I did.
It's not showing up on my end. That's weird. I'm gonna try reloading the page. I'll reload the page. Yeah. Oh, I got a notification there. I think maybe I did.
Yeah, I can resend you the link on the bloody Hangouts if you like.
Let's see. Okay, it seems like the last thing it seems like the last thing that went between you and me was that link to the forecast. That's the sign. Yeah, I do it. Yeah, send on the Google chat.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, all right, let me pull that up.
And this is people publicly saying that they're going to fake the photos. And some of the girls have actually come out, you know, the ones that allegedly he came onto and have said, no, these photos have been falsified. That's not what happened. So, you know, it's, yeah.
Well, this is just one that at least throws a hole into that narrative. Yep. And like I said, the fact that Vic is the one lawyering up and going on the offensive, that does seem to me like he's probably innocent, because that's not the actions of a guilty man.
No, it's not. And here's the thing. How this started, let's just say that some of these photos are real. This was at, you know, your Comic Cons or, you know, whatever they got, you know, you go see people, you're lining up. Yellow Flash made this. It's a really good case. I'm going to steal it from him. But anyway, you know, you got these people lining up. You see what's happening with Vic. You know, he's taking photos. He's putting an arm around them. Maybe he gives a female kiss on the cheek. He's being over friendly, but this is probably the worst thing he's done. Now, if you're standing in line and you see that this is happening and you still wait in line, you know, you got to take some of the blame. And also these girls, I mean, you go back on their Twitter feed, the photos that actually seem to be real, and they're showing these photos off saying, oh, Vic's such a nice guy. Look how kind he is. Look how friendly he is. And now all of a sudden it's, well, I didn't actually feel comfortable when he did this. It's like, come on, which one is it? You're happy that this guy's nice and friendly, or you felt uncomfortable? You can't have it both ways.
No, that's not untrue, man.
And he actually, I think it was, I don't know if it was last weekend, there was a showing, and he showed up and he says, look, I'm sorry, sometimes I get carried away with the friends. If I made anyone feel uncomfortable, I truly apologize. So he said he's sorry. He didn't stop to think that, oh, maybe I'm going a bit too far. So he's apologized. I mean, you know.
Yeah, like
let's give the guy some credit here.
Yeah, let me put it. I guess if Vic is innocent, then the worst you can say about him is that he's got bad judgment. Which
He's made some bad calls, but he should have been a little more careful around the fans. That's probably the worst thing that I've seen him do, and he shouldn't have been thrown under the bus the way he has.
Yeah, I know. I don't disagree. I don't disagree. Oh no, it's just like I said. It's just like let me put it. It's just that again. I'm taking this from Sam. I don't want to end up dying on the hill of defending a guy who might have actually done something bad.
Yeah, and this is where you got to take a risk here. For the moment, I support him because I've seen no evidence to say that he's done anything wrong. Then being over friendly with people, which he should have been more careful with.
Like I said, that's something legitimate you can criticize him for, that he's maybe overstepped the bounds.
Yeah.
Bounds and it's just but like I said, it's just like we're just gonna have to wait for how this gets decided in court. Now, here's something I did think about, way he can possibly win the case. Because can you think of someone who found themselves in a similar situation, having similar allegations leveled against them, and won the case in court?
The only one I can think of was Bryan Singer, wasn't it?
Who?
Bryan Singer.
I was going to say Michael Jackson.
Oh, yeah, of course. I was thinking recently, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's true. And he actually made one of the biggest mistakes when he listened to his lawyer and says, "I'll just pay it out," because people took that as an admission of guilt, but he was just trying to get the case over with.
Well, actually, I don't think it was his lawyer that advised it. It was I don't think it was his lawyer. I think it was his insurance company.
Okay, it was a lawyer. Oh, all right, my fault. Then. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, and that was like with the first trial, and yes, that was a mistake.
Yeah,
because like the problem was everyone remember the timing that the first trial happened under.
Yeah, he was doing a tour or something, wasn't he? And he
was in the middle of the Dangerous tour.
That's right. Yes, that's right.
And here's the thing: I think he had just wrapped up the American part of the tour, and he was on break, and he was going to then start the European leg of the tour. Now, had he stayed and fought the case, he stood to lose a lot of money, not just in court, but from canceling the tour, and like everything else.
Yeah.
So for him, it was just less costly to just settle the matter out of court.
Yeah, that was how it went down.
Now again, it's not a 1-to-1 scenario because like Vic doesn't have half the money that Michael had. So
no.
What makes me think though is that, and this is something I need to check though, is if this goes to court, I'm wondering if Vic's lawyer can cite the Michael Jackson trial as precedent, because precedents play a huge role in determining how a case is ruled.
Yeah, that would be a good approach.
But here's this caveat. Michael Jackson's trial was in criminal court. Vic is taking this to civil court. So I have to know if criminal cases can be applied to civil cases.
I have no idea.
I would not expect you to know that. That's as cases be applied as precedent to civil cases.
While you're doing that, let me just try and find.
Yeah. Well, yep. All right. So yeah, here's. Okay, so probably gonna. I'm gonna see. Let's see. Okay, judicial precedents in criminal cases. This might tell me something. Be nice if we had a lawyer in here right now.
Would be.
Let's see. I don't suppose you know anything about U.S. law, do you? Because if you do, that'd be pretty helpful. Okay, here we go. In civil law systems, past decisions may influence future decisions, even if they do not have the precedential binding effect they have in common law decision making. Blah 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 blah. I need to narrow this down to see if criminal can apply to this. Okay, but the only thing the Wikipedia article says is in common law legal systems, precedent is a principle or rule established in a previous legal case that is either binding on or persuasive for a court or other tribunal when deciding subsequent cases with similar issues or facts. Common law legal systems place great value on deciding cases according to consistent principle rules so that similar facts will yield similar and predictable outcomes, and observant of precedent is the mechanism by which that goal is attained. The principle at which judges are bound to precedents is known as stare decisis. It's some fucking Latin I don't understand. Common law precedent is a third kind of law on equal footing with statutory law. That is, statutes and codes enacted by legislative bodies and delegated legislation in UK parlance, or regulatory law in US parlance. Okay. That is, regulations promulgated by executive branch agencies. Case law in common law jurisdictions is the set of decisions of adjudicatory tribunals or other rulings that can be cited as precedent. In most countries, including most European countries, the term is applied to any set of rulings on law which is guided by previous rulings, for example, previous decisions of a government agency. Does not tell me anything whether or not. Let's see. Verticality and horizontally. Generally, a common law court system has trial courts, intermediate, and appellate courts, and a Supreme Court. No, okay, that's not the thing. Fuck, what I need to know is whether or not a ruling from a criminal case can be applied to a civil one. Because if he can, then then Vic's lawyer has an ace.
He does. Do we know who the lawyer is, or?
I don't think so. So where? To answer your question, numbing disaster, the reason why we're talking about precedent is because Vic Mignogna is lawyering up to sue people for damages, and I think if his lawyer can cite the Michael Jackson case, he has a chance of winning. The only problem is I don't know if criminal rulings can be applied to civil cases, because Michael Jackson's case was decided in criminal court.
Yep.
Go the Cochrane route. If the crime you did not commit, then you must acquit. So, yeah.
Not too sure of it.
Lack of evidence. Not too sure about shared precedent in regards to criminal and civil courts, but I've been surprised before. However, if he's sued for libel and possible wrongful termination, he'll have a shot. He probably is. No, wait, no, it's not just libel, it's also slander, because a lot of this has been spoken as well. Possible slander.
Yeah, and we got groups out there that are purposely falsifying bloody evidence and using it against him. That's slander.
Yeah.
Here's the other thing that has to do with it. Now, apparently Twitter is actually deleting accounts of people who stand with Vic, but these accounts that are saying, "Oh, we're going to falsify these photos and do as much damage and we'll make him look like Hitler," are being left alone. It's maybe we should get Joe Rogan to actually get the guy back and ask some tough questions, but we'll know that'll never happen.
Depends on if you consider tweets as libel or slander. Well, they're technically
when they're saying that.
Well, they're technically written out. Oh, the difference between slander and libel is slander is spoken, libel is printed.
Well, all right, so it's definitely liable. I mean, they're saying we're going to falsify these photos. We've already had at least one girl, there may have been two, but I can't remember what the second case was. One girl says, "No, that's not what happened in this photo. This has been altered. That's not what happened with me and Vic." So, and she's saying, she's actually saying with Vic and saying, "No, that's not what happened. This photo's been altered."
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to find it, but I can't find the bloody girl at the moment because there's so much fucking stuff to go through.
Oh yeah, I know. I guess I don't know. It's just like this. I've just been enjoying and fast strong kick Vic voice actors have been going to. How far to the left the world has come, dude. I don't want to It's not far left. Well, it's just crazy. Well,
okay, here's one of the. I'll just send you this link over. Once everything fucking loads. Hey.
I don't think it's. Okay, why do I keep having numbing? Why do I keep having Anon's comments his helpful review? That is like okay. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go into my settings and turn that off because that's just getting that's getting a little crazy for me.
Yeah, notifications are right. Here's one of the
Okay.
girls who came in and says, "No,
is that the same one you sent me?"
No, it's a different one. Should be a different one.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, there is a blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I was 20 years of age and I'm 21 now. This particular photo was taken in Manchester, a Reasonable Ranger dinner that I set up, and my mother was present along with many others. I requested these photos of myself and my mom's and Vic's consent. With my mom's and Vic's consent, I do not want to be involved. Okay, yeah. So she's even saying like, yeah, I had both my. So yeah, she's even saying I had both my mom. I'd asked both my mom and Vic if it was okay. So, like I said, there are things coming out that do poke holes in the narrative, but it's like, the same thing. We just gotta. It's just like there's just too many. I think there's too many people though, just shooting from the hip, trying to have a hot take on it all. And like I said, we should just wait for the case is to be decided, because I have the feeling that that's where hopefully the truth will come out. And I want it on, and again, I want this on fucking record. I genuinely do hope that Vic is innocent. Just because I'm abstaining from having a definite opinion one way or another does not mean I don't hope that Vic is guilty.
No.
It just means that I don't feel like I know enough to make a decision in either way.
And that's fair enough given everything that's going around. I mean, the thing is though, this will probably go to court, whichever one,
Like I said, if Vic is lawyering up, then it is going to be going to court.
Yeah. And the thing is, these photos, they're going to be examined by an expert who is much smarter than any of these people going around on Twitter and saying, we're going to Photoshop everything. If these photos come out as fake, these people better watch out because they are going to get torn apart.
Well, like that. I mean, like if you, well, I'm not sure how this will work. I'm not really sure how this is gonna, how that can play out because, well, for the one, these weren't submitted to the, these weren't submitted to police, so you can't. So it's not like they, because, I mean, I know, and I'm pretty sure you know. Like, I assume there's similar laws. Like, turning in falsified evidence to a police investigation is a crime.
Yeah, I mean, you'll find that everywhere. Yeah, that's like the one universal rule that applies to every fucking country.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, now none of the now like a now to be now there hasn't been a police investigation.
No.
Yeah, that. In fact, I think if there was, that probably would. If there was a police investigation, then there would probably be a lot more certainty that Vic was guilty.
Yeah.
So that did, and the fact that none of these, and actually, in fact, if I remember correctly, like none of them even went to the, but none of the people even coming out even went to the police. Now, you might say that there's a statute of limitations, or he hasn't done anything that's actually. I mean, like, yes, yeah. In fact, like, yeah, he hasn't done anything that would warrant going to the police either. But still,
yeah,
yeah. I mean, like, even if he gets a little too like getting a little, even if he's like being a little inappropriate, it's not like he raped anybody.
No, it's not like this happened in a dark alley and everyone was alone. There was people around and this was in public. We got to also keep that in mind. So he probably dropped his guys. Hey, I'm with my fans. You know, they want to take this photo. I'm going to put my arm around them, give them a hug, and it's going to make their day. That's probably what his mindset could have been.
Probably.
And it just has blown up. Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Like, because, like, I think the fact that there hasn't, like I said, the fact that there hasn't been a police investigation and nothing worse has come up, that should say something. That there's room for doubt in both cases.
Yeah. And this reflects back on Monica. She says, oh, well, this happened to me and I have this solid evidence. Why is she putting this on Twitter and not going to the police then? Why?
Well, for one, like I said, it's not like because for one, I don't think sexual harassment is something you can do jail time for.
No, but why is she all of a sudden putting on Twitter and not, going through the appropriate channels? I mean, this is making his story sound more shady, is what I was getting at. Yeah.
Well, I guess it's more like, okay, first of all, like I said, like it's the one thing we do know for sure is that Vic hasn't done anything bad enough that would have warranted a police investigation. Because, like I said, that's like the key difference between like him and Michael Jackson.
True.
Because Michael Jackson was accused of actually molesting kids.
Yeah,
that was something he could have done actual jail time for. Vic, the worst it seems that he's being the worst that he does seem to be accused of is sexual harassment, which bad, yes, but it's not something that puts you in jail.
All right.
At least not out here in the States, I believe.
Is there some kind of penalty though? Like, I don't know, a fine or whatever.
The worst you can expect is just having your career tanked.
Which they've already done.
Or at least trying to, but yeah. But yet to bring it back, like I said, the fact that Vic is lawyering up and going on the offensive, that does make me think he's innocent, because why else would he try to do it?
Yeah. Well, you get back to Harvey Weinstein and Kevin Spacey. What happened when this came back onto them? They went into hiding. They tried to get out of the public eye as quickly as they could, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. Well, actually, not just that. It's like, in Kevin Spacey, he tried to spin it around. You know what? I'm gay now.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. And he's like, okay, so that makes you look more guilty, to be honest.
Yeah, that's fucking bad, man.
Yeah. Because he was accused of doing it with boys as well. And he goes, well, I'm gay. He's like, well, okay, well, now you have a motive to do it. So, yeah.
Oh, definitely. It's just like, but yeah, not only that, it's like, but yeah, I mean, that is very damning though in their case though, because not only did they not try lawyering up and say, no, I didn't do this. And I mean, come on, I mean, let me put it this way. If Harvey, like in Harvey Weinstein's case, if he had half the money and influence that he's supposed to have, he could have either rigged a trial in his favor, or in which case, if he was truly innocent, he could have lawyered up, taken everyone to court and won. But the fact, like you said, they just decided to get out of the public eye and disappear, that does say something. And the fact that Vic is going on the offensive to try and clear his name, he probably is innocent.
Yeah. And like I said, it was, I think last weekend, he publicly apologized at a convention in front of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, there's,
like I said, there is room to doubt both sides of the story. Or is what I guess is what I can say.
Yeah. I'm definitely more in support of Vic at the moment because I've seen nothing to say otherwise, nothing solid.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion, of course.
Like I said, I'm abstaining from an opinion, but I do hope he's innocent.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, there's the old saying, even if you keep your mouth shut, even a fool will look wise. So
sure.
I just want, like I said, I want to see him. I do want to see him come through and be cleared. But yeah,
you got to wonder. Well, maybe Rooster Teeth. I don't know what's happening. We'll take Rooster Teeth out of the equation for now. But you've got to wonder what Funimation are going to think of themselves and how it's going to look if he comes through and, oh, no, he's perfectly innocent. I mean, they really jumped the gun by terminating his contract like that.
If they do, man, that's going to be bad for Funimation business-wise. Like,
yeah.
That is, in fact, I think, like, if anything, though, I think this whole controversy is going to cost Funimation a lot of money because there are people actively boycotting Funimation.
Yeah, and Rooster Teeth is taking a hit as well on that front.
I don't know. I mean,
like you said, Rooster Teeth probably doesn't have the funds Funimation does. Yeah.
No, they don't. Like, Rooster Teeth is completely 100% themselves. Funimation has a parent company, at least.
Yeah. Which one's that again? Let
me pull it up. Funimation's Funimation's parent company.
What's this? Isn't Funimation about to go over because of a bunch of anime creators were upset about probable instances of reworking entire shows? I don't political agenda. I'm not too sure. That's the first I've heard of that.
I don't know. There was one case, like in Prison School, where the script writer snuck in a Gamergate reference, even though the context didn't support it. And there was another, and I can name at least 3 times Jamie Markey did that over the course of the Dragon Maid dub. Like, she inserted words like cultural appropriation, slut shaming, and patriarchy, like that 3 times. She did that.
Wow.
By the way, I just looked it up, and Funimation's parent company is Sony.
Oh my god. Oh, so oh shit! Sony Pictures, or
yep, Sony Pictures Television, and Sony Pictures Television. They own Funimation.
Oh my god, that's like a big fucking piece of the puzzle right there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, and the difference between them and Rooster Teeth is like Funimation is propped up by Sony, so they take a hit. Sony will probably just keep handing them money, whereas Rooster Teeth, like everything they have is it's all their money. It's all money they earn. They can't afford to get caught up in this.
No.
Like they probably the way I'm looking at it, they weighed the two possibilities that it was less costly of them to cut Vic off than it was to keep him.
Here's the thing, though. Monica's got nothing to do with Rooster Teeth, has she? As far as I know.
Actually, Monica has a role in RWBY, I think.
Yeah, see, I really don't keep up with this shit. So, all right, let me.
Yeah.
Let's see plays. Monica Jean, no, who does she play? Oh yeah, she does have a role. She's
in Genlock too, and her RWBY role got killed off. Yeah. Oh boy.
Ugh.
Yeah, the fact that Monica is at the center of all this, yeah, that's just like wow. You know, I stopped following a lot of these people years ago over social media just because I saw their true colors come out during the last presidential election.
Oh yeah, we saw a lot of true colors come out, didn't we?
Yeah. And it's like I already knew I didn't want to follow these people. At least not most of them.
No.
And to be honest, it's what the thing I've found out about people who are like famous to any degree. 9 times out of 10, they turn out to be really terrible people. Like that goes for fucking anime VAs. That goes for YouTube people. And of course, like everyone, does anyone expect any given Hollywood celebrity to be a good person? Of course they don't.
Do you remember that Marvel ad they had on the voting, and they got all the, actors from the Avengers and the other Marvel movies, and they were saying it's important to vote, and it starts off, pretty harmless there, getting the message in that you should vote, you should have your say, and then
I know
who was it comes along, and this year it's important because we can't let the evil Donald Trump take power. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah, I know.
Jesus fucking Christ. That was bad.
Oh, it was so bad. That was just like so fucking cringy. It's just, yeah. I don't follow I just do not follow any of these types of people. Like, fuck. I think the person with the largest profile, I kind of like the lion's share of the people I follow over Twitter are either people who are kind of like have a similar kind of public profile to me, or at least people I know personally, and like a lot of them are even I think a lot of them are even like Twitter artists and Twitch streamers who just got a little bit famous, but most of them I don't. And I just kind of like them. Like I think the most famous person I do follow is probably like I think the most famous person I follow is technically the most famous person I follow is Trump. But I also get like let me go through it. Like just like off the top of my head, I got like Saliva and Liz Finnegan, both Twitch streamers. I've also got Amp Candy from the Kumite and Failure. Well, he's not there anymore, but yeah, like I got like who else have I got? Like, actually, can you? I don't know. Would you? Yeah, can you? I would kind of consider Amp and Failure to be sort of famous. Let's see, like, fuck, who else is there? Like, yeah, Oh wait, I'm stupid. I remember. I'm also following Chris Pratt because why not? Like I'm following
I don't
Joe
think
Rogan. I'm because I like him. I follow Bill Burr because I like him. Follow Dennis Miller. And I mean, like, how can you be into stand-up comedians and not follow Dennis Miller?
true.
Yeah. I mean, you just have to. Let's see. This is what happens when you follow over 1,500 people. Pull everybody, you lose track, and some of the and people get squashed. Oh, I also follow William Shatner and James Woods.
I thought Miller was dead.
Dennis Miller?
Matt said that. I thought Miller was dead.
Dennis Miller is not dead. Dennis Miller is very much alive. Go look.
Alrighty.
Go look on Twitter. You will find that Dennis Miller is still very much alive. Oh, there's also J. Michael Straczynski.
Yeah.
He was the guy who made Babylon 5.
Yeah, that was a good show.
Yeah,
That was a very underrated show.
Yeah, it kind of got squashed under Star Trek, but it's actually held up pretty well.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember I used to watch that. It was good.
You actually got that out in New Zealand?
Yeah, it was a Saturday, like back in the day. God, I hate that saying. Anyway, like they'd have sci-fi Saturdays, because kids weren't at school, and they'd have Star Trek and Babylon 5 and eventually Stargate when it came out. I remember it was like I used to watch those every Saturday afternoon. They had that Earth 2. It was this crappy sci-fi show about these people stranded on the planets, but back then I liked it because it was just so cheesy and hilariously overacted. And Tim Curry, I mean, even when he's over the top, he's great to watch. So that was quite entertaining.
Yeah. Oh, I've also got I've also got Conor McGregor and David Hayter. So.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I forgot. I also followed Johnny Bosch. Oh man, actually, dude, Johnny Bosch's Twitter is like a breath of fresh air.
You have to check it out.
Because the thing about Johnny Bosch is he only ever posts stuff related to his work. He doesn't have hot takes, no political takes. He just says, "Hey, I'm in this anime. Hey, I'm gonna be at this con. Hey, my band is working on a song."
Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good.
Yeah. Like, oh my god, it's like, where is this kind of Twitter been all my life? Oh my god, like I said, it's a breath of fresh air to see that.
Yeah. Like,
oh, and I also forgot I've actually followed several wrestlers too. Like a lot of wrestlers. What were you gonna say?
I say I don't hear much of political stand from wrestlers. They seem to stay out of it, minus the ones that are actually in politics, like Jesse Ventura and that.
Yeah, I think Vince keeps a lid on what they're allowed to say over social media because know how protective he is of the company's image.
Yeah, you got to be fair with him on that though, because I mean, you look at some of the controversies in the back. I mean, and today with social media, they would explode even further. So you gotta. I can understand why you'd want to do that.
Yeah. Actually, I was going to say, like, there's one I follow, Kiwi wrestler named Dakota Kai.
Name's familiar.
Yeah,
Have you talked about him before?
She's in NXT right now.
Okay.
Yeah, she's from New Zealand though.
Yeah, I probably heard on the news and just in the background.
Yeah, I think it. Yeah, going by the how she looks, I think she might be Maori.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
I haven't seen too much of her, but I want to. But I need to get caught up on that. But yeah, yeah, like a lot of the famous people. I mean, I guess I'm wrong because like I do follow famous people, I guess, but a lot of them are like, if they're not kind of on my side of the political spectrum, they're more apolitical because, like I said, like. I mean, if you follow James Woods' Twitter, like the dude is like he just don't give a fuck. Like he's just James Woods is constantly tweeting stuff of taking shots over at he's just taking shots at like liberals and shit. And and I'm sort of glad he does.
Yeah. I have to check him out as well.
But I mean, like, even though like William Shatner sort of takes pot shots at SJWs, I don't like he doesn't really talk about his politics. Really, he's just like, I think he actually even said somewhere like, I just don't have any politics anymore because it's just like it's past me, like I'm sort of past that age where it matters.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I don't know. I forget his exact quote. Let's say yeah. But yeah, like a lot of the people, like if they're not on my side, they're more like very political. They're like, at least they have an image of being more politically neutral. And shut up, you damn phone. You damn phone. Yeah,
I don't really.
I just stopped caring what most celebrities had to say like years ago.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
Yeah, it's just.
I remember the whole bunch that threatened to leave America if Trump was voted in. I think only
did.
Actually no. Miley Cyrus, to her credit, was the only one who did. At least she kept to her word.
Yeah.
She went to England.
Well,
I'll give her that much.
Well, the Canucks can fucking keep her.
Yeah, I don't like her, but she kept her word. I'll give her that much. She didn't.
Yeah, sure. Good on her. Yeah, good on her for that. Sure. But yeah, it's just like. It's like, but it's just like, why? It's just like I have to ask, like, I mean, like if you're if you're someone who's like if you're not like on the left, why would you follow people like this? Because you know what they're gonna say, and it's just, and I guess if there's anything, it's just like once you see their true colors, it's like it really kind of helps red pill you. Like, and I think what I find most funny to me though is like so many of these VAs, they are on the left, but I don't think most of them even live much better than you or I do.
No. We've all heard the stories.
And what I find funny to me is like the thing, like a lot of people took like a lot of the Hollywood leftists to task for was that they were lecturing people on how to live when they were so far removed from their circumstances. Like,
yeah,
saying like shit like, we need open borders. Meanwhile, they live in fucking gated communities with walls. Or talking about it's just like they are so far out of that, like they are so far removed from what it's like to have to work for a living. A lot of these people don't really have to worry about money. Like, and they honestly think normal people give a fuck what they think.
Yeah, and that's what Mark Wahlberg said, wasn't it? These people are so far removed from the everyday working man.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, he did say that. And here's where the VAs come into play for me. They don't live much better than we do. Why would so why so what makes them think so why would they do like they that's the thing. They know what it's like. Like they gotta know what it's like to they know what it's like to work for a living. So why are they talking like they're part of that clique when they're not? Like serious actors, I think, even look down on voice acting like it's
Yeah, that won't surprise me at all.
yeah,
Except for Bryan Cranston, because that's how he started, so he must know how tough it is.
yeah. Well, yeah, but it's just like, I mean, I'm sure there's a few that are a bit more respectful, but it's like, why are they like? Why would you? You're not part of that clique. You're likely never going to be part of that clique. Why are you acting like you are?
Right? Yeah.
That's what I don't understand.
Metz has got a question for you in the chat. It's any luck on what they're gonna name the Seattle NHL team?
Yeah, that's right. They're trying to get a. Yeah, that's right. I've been trying to keep up with it as much as I can. I'm gonna look it up right now.
Cool.
Let's see. Okay, I'm looking up the official website of NHL Seattle. I'll put that in the chat for people to check out later. I'm actually hoping that happens just because, like, fuck. Hockey would do gangbusters out here in Seattle. It doesn't look. Still doesn't. I think it's still not. I think it's still being decided on. But good news is the NHL has approved expansion for a team in Seattle. So let's see. Let's take a look. Who's gonna? Board of Governors voted unanimously. Blah blah blah. What's the name of the team, man? Guess it hasn't been. Yep. I guess it hasn't been decided on.
Later, Mats. Thanks for stopping by.
All right. Bye. Yeah. Hasn't been decided on yet, but it's at least good that it's happening. So I guess we'll know in the coming years.
Years. Oh, it sounds
Well, they still gotta get the stadium ready and everything.
okay, fair enough. Yeah, all right, fair enough.
You know, like shit like that takes time.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. It's gonna do a lot of good for the city. Like that's gonna generate some jobs. It's gonna I mean it's and fuck who doesn't fuck I like watching hockey. But yeah. You know, I think it's fair to say that we have taken the Vic Mignogna discussion about as far as we reasonably can take it right now.
Yeah, maybe in a few months, once some things have been clarified, or that we can come back and see where it's at. Maybe that's a.
I think we should. I think what we should do is we should keep our eyes on developments. Come back like after the trial. Come back after the court or case has been decided.
Yeah, that'll be a good time. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. For now, we've said all we can say.
Yeah, because to bring up another bit of folksy wisdom, lie gets half around the world before the truth has time to put on its pants.
Yes, it does. That's actually a very good saying.
Yeah. I'm curious where that comes from. Lie gets around the world before the time is. I think it's been attributed to Churchill, but it says incorrectly. I don't know. Who cares who came up with that? It's still a good. Yeah, actually, it might have been Mark Twain. it doesn't matter. It's a good line, and it's something I wish more people were taking to heart.
Agreed.
And not just that. I mean, like, and that's not just me talking about the kick Vic side. That also goes for the I stand with Vic side too. So, like, we should just. I would advise people to just lay off having hot takes. Let the truth come out in its own time. Because constantly sniping at each other is not going to do anyone any good.
No, it's not.
And I guess another thing I guess if we're going to leave off on anything, it looks to be like this is going to be the flashpoint for what could end up becoming. And I hate saying this because I have seen this happen twice, and I know how this ends.
All right.
Anime Gate.
Oh God, no.
Yeah.
Isn't Comicsgate going at the moment?
Comicsgate is. I think Comicsgate is like in its twilight years right now. Like, it's just like all I'm gonna say is nobody play that game. I've seen it happen twice. I saw it with Gamergate. I've seen it with Comicsgate. It's a game with no winners. Everybody loses out. And if you want to know how Anime Gate is going to end, I'm going to tell you guys. This is exactly what is going to happen.
Okay, listening.
All the anime companies out in Japan, you know those? They're going to stop supplying anime to the States. Stop supplying to the West entirely. They're going to cut off the supply, and they are going to say, I want to get this, and they are going to say in pretty much no uncertain terms. Hold up, let me pull it up. Let me pull something out. I'm going to be run this through Google Translate, so this probably isn't going to be a very accurate translation.
Never heard of Google.
But I want to for you. Oro kana gai koko hito no tame no koreijo no anime. What I typed in was no more anime for you, stupid foreigner. Me, I probably would have put in. Now me, I probably would have just said no more anime for you, baka gaijin.
I'm having soup Nazi flashbacks. If anyone remembers him from Seinfeld, no enemy for you.
Oh yes. Oh yeah, and this time, but it's being done by a Japanese man, and who's ending it with baka gaijin. They'll just cut off the supply, and everybody loses.
Yep.
So,
and I won't blame them, to be honest.
Like, just do not play the fucking game, people, if it happens. And I want to say one thing, something I want to credit Anime Outsiders for is they advised against it. Good on them for doing that. I am glad they did that because they understand once the label starts, it becomes a joke. They say the reason why SJW and NPC have stuck around. You label your opposition. You don't take the label, but you do not own the label. If it's given to you. Just anyone, if you really care about the anime industry, don't play the Anime Gate game. Nobody wins it. Everybody loses. And I am telling you that because I've seen that happen twice already, and I know how it goes. The only way you win this game is you don't play it.
Yep.
And I guess with that, all I can say is, I want to call it good. I'm going to go back to playing Fallout, and I want to hope that the snow clears up.
Yes. Hopefully before you're back to work.
Yeah. Has snow ever been a problem anywhere in New Zealand? Or do you just
in
go
the
to the mountains?
South Island, you get the farms down there, they get snow, so it can be a problem for them. And of course, the desert road, which is on the main highway, which a lot of people use, and sometimes it can get black ice and has to close, so people have to go the long way around. And yeah, that's probably the worst of it here.
Man, I always thought New Zealand was more like, unless you went up into the mountains, like New Zealand was more or less a pretty warm place.
It is, but it has its spots. It's just a couple of spots, but they can get pretty bad.
Yeah. I moved back to Washington to get away from this stuff over in Michigan, man.
I followed you.
Fucking dead. And I know the fact that, yeah, Matt's out in Michigan. I know he's fucking laughing at me right now. He is. I know he is. All right, so yeah, we're gonna call it good.
Yep.
We'll see everyone next Monday.